Let's talk about the specific detail types of questions. On the SAT and the ACT, you will be required to answer questions that provide a very specific detail. Let's read the question and then I'll illustrate how to actually approach this. Which choice most effectively suggests the shape of blue holes as described in the essay? Right? Which choice most effectively suggests the shape? We want to focus on the thing that we're being asked to find. In this case, we are focusing on the shape of blue holes. So the excerpt that we are given right here has to convey something about shape. We want to fill this space here with the word shape. What I want you to do is when you're reading these types of questions, underline or circle the specific thing that you're being asked for. Now, hundreds of blue holes can be sighted off the Bahamas. This current state does not say anything about shape, so no change would not make sense. Hundreds of blue holes dot the waters of the Bahamas. Well, a dot is a shape, so we're going to keep that. That could likely be the answer. It's most likely going to be the answer. C says hundreds of blue holes darken parts of the Bahamas. C says nothing about shape. And D is hundreds of blue holes appear in the Bahamas. D says nothing about shape. It's clear that B is the answer because a dot is a shape. And that's simple as that. Now, to practice this, let's look at some questions from past exams so you gain an understanding on how to do this. And as always, as we read these, you should try to answer them on your own. Let's go. All right, so we're answering question 23. Starting with progressing. Progressing along the trail, we reached the summit just 5 minutes before dawn. So what we want to do in these instances is, of course, read the question and see what exactly are we being asked to look for. Which choice emphasizes the slowness of the ascent and supports the idea that the narrator's group of friends did not set their own pace? So emphasizes the slowness, right? That's something we're going to be looking for. And another thing was that they did not set their own pace. Those are the two things we want to convey here in this underlined portion. So which choice conveys slowness and did not set their own pace? Progressing along the trail, we reached the summit just 5 minutes before dawn. I don't really get slowness out of that. Neither do I get did not change their own pace, so maybe not A. B says able to advance only a few steps at a time. Okay, able to advance only a few steps at a time. That shows they didn't set their own pace. I don't really see slowness. Let's just keep it. We may come back to it. What about C? Moving forward with each step. Nothing about slowness. Nothing about not being able to set their own pace, so C is out. Climbing higher in altitude. We reached the summit just 5 minutes before dawn. Again, nothing about slowness or being unable to set their own pace. So B would be the right answer. Able to advance only a few steps at a time. Slowness because you're moving only a few steps at a time. And able means that they are hindered by something. So B would be the correct answer. All right, here's another example. Which choice most dramatically emphasizes the ruggedness of the landscape? So this question, the specific detail we're looking for is ruggedness. We want to convey ruggedness right here. So let's begin. Generally, a certain gap in the clouds left us blinking as the sunlight squelched out. Squelched and ruggedness, not quite, so no change doesn't make sense. A sudden gap in the clouds left us blinking as the sunlight shattered. Shattered and ruggedness, yeah, those pretty much sound like they are saying the same thing. Smothered is not saying, not conveying anything about ruggedness. Went over, nothing about ruggedness, so it would have to be B, which is shattered. And that completes this lesson on specific detail. So always underline the word that you're being asked to focus on, and then find which choice conveys that word in context.